Okay, this first one on the milling machine is going to be a description, and then I'm going to start another one where I'll actually make a part. This is a vertical milling machine called a Bridgeport. You'll see about that in the videos and lectures. When you come in, material that you'll need will be out here. You will have cut the piece of metal on the bandsaw, on one of the bandsaws, and you bring it over here, and what you're going to need is out here. Let me describe a few things. This is a vise. This is actually a drill chuck. We're going to use that as the quill, as the collet for this, because it's easier to change out, and we don't have multiples of the bars, and the bars are hard to clean, which go into changing out the regular collets that you would normally put your end mills into. You normally put your end mills into a collet like this, and that would be attached there. You'll see that in the videos too. Over here we have a digital readout. Whenever we move the table in and out or left and right, these numbers change, the x-axis and the y-axis. The z-axis is controlled in two ways. One with this crank here that raises the knee, and here with the quill guide here, very much like a drill press. Switch is up here. Speed adjustments here. You won't need to do any speed adjustments. It'll be right for what you're doing. And you're going to want to cut it forward. This way is forward, this way is reverse. Although that does change if you switch to a low gear, but we won't be doing that. You'll come in, be a good idea, even though nobody will have used it, for you to wipe down these handles, and I'll talk about how to clean up it. Well, I'll talk about it now because I'm going to actually go through it. You finish up, and then when you're done, some of these cranks can be removed, and they can be put into the bleach disinfectant. You'll have used the chuck key into the disinfectant. You're going to be using a thing called an edge finder into the disinfectant. You can have it in a little package when you get here. You'll be using calipers. They go into the quarantine bucket because we don't want to get them wet. As will the brush. We've got plenty of brushes. You may need a file. If you use a file, that will go into the into the cleaning solution. Then you'll take a fresh wipe and wipe down all of the things that you touched. Now, even though this is probably not going to be, the plan is that it won't be used for several days and would decontaminate naturally, still going to be a good idea for you to do that. You will, of course, be wearing a face mask. I'm not wearing a face mask now because it interferes with the sound, but you'll wipe a lot of these things off. Things that can be removed, if they'll fit into the decontamination bucket, put them in there. You will have worked with several handles, and so when you've done everything and wiped it all down, you'll be done with this part of the project. Just to continue a little bit about what we have here, we've got a knob up front. I don't know that, yeah, you can barely see it. It moves the table in the y-axis. There's a handle here that moves it in the x-axis, and we have a rapid traverse, which you got to turn on first. Which isn't working, which is okay because you won't be needing to use that anyway. But all the equipment you'll need will be out here. So, that's the Bridgeport motor overarm. All this details of this are on the professional videos.